There we go. All right, so tonight we are making a beach themed wreath. Let me go this way with it. It's hard to remember, everything's backwards. From the Mitten State, welcome from Michigan. All right, so this has beach rules, and it says soak up the sun, build a sandcastle, look for seashells, take long walks, use sunscreen, wear flip-flops, enjoy the sunset, splash in the waves, and leave the sand at the beach. If only it were that easy, right? So since we can't go to the beach, we're going to make something beach themed, right? So that's our sign. The sign came from Personally Yours. And then we're going to be using this poly jute mesh. And it's cut in 36 inches. We're going to do a woodland ruffle with it. It's a nice navy and cream color. And then we've got our ribbons. I have a navy Swiss dot. And we're using what I have, so everything is navy. I have a white with seashells on it in the navy. I know that glares a little bit and I apologize. Welcome everybody. Hey Josh. Give everybody a kiss for me. I have a blue or a navy and white stripe. I have a navy with the big white dots. And then we have this burlap netting that we're going to use. So those are our ribbons. And then I have a bow. We have a nice little bow here. All ready to go. And then I've got some little extras. I've got these little rattan balls and some, what do you call them? Starfish. Sorry. Senior moment. Alright, I'm going to put this camera down so y'all can see my work area. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. I hope everybody's staying safe and is healthy. Whoops, don't want to drop you. Alright, let me move you. Let's see, I want to move you. Oh, let's go this way. Sorry if you're making you dizzy, I don't mean to. Just making sure y'all can see. Alright, I'm going to get this out of the way because we don't need the mesh holder. Oh, Logan's watching. Hi, baby. Grandma misses you. My little 3-month-old grandson that I haven't seen other than in the car, in the driveway. I will be glad when all this is over so I can see my grandkids. Alright, so here's my wreath frame. I like to make my own. This is a Dollar Tree frame. I put 18 ties on it, 10 on the bottom, 8 on the top. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my voice tonight. Horsey. And I have a video on YouTube if you want to see how I put these together. So you can check that out on my YouTube anytime. It's always on there, and it's got a colorful background that says how to make your own work frame. I have a couple other tutorials on there for like shipping your wreaths and things like that too, so check them out sometime. Yes, we did do FaceTime, but it's still not the same. Alright, let me get all my goodies ready here. I was running behind y'all. I forgot to cut my mesh. I was downstairs looking at Facebook, and all of a sudden it hit me. I hadn't cut my mesh. I had to run up here real quick and get started. Alright, so I'm going to do the Woodland Ruffle. Again, these are cut at 36 inches. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. My frame is 14 inches. It's a Dollar Tree frame. So the Woodland Ruffle, some people call it the cruffle. Some people call it the ruffle and curl. But it is the Woodland Ruffle. So I'm going to do mine. I do 3, 4, 5. Depends on, I don't know. I'm not paying attention really. I'm just doing it. First timer from PA. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome. And I use the dowel because I have problems with my hands. I know you don't have to. You can roll it however you want, but I use a dowel. It's 3/4 inch dowel. You can get it at the craft store. I got mine at Walmart over in the craft section. And then after you curl both ends, you're going to ruffle right up the middle. And 36 inches is a lot of mesh. So that's why I have to use the dowel, because my hands will get tired really fast. All right, so if you want to see more ruffle, put it with the curls facing down. If you want to see more curls, put them with the curls facing up. It's a personal preference. There is no right or wrong way to do it. I want to see more of the curls, I think. Yep, it's a dowel. It's just a 3/4 inch wooden dowel. I got it at Walmart in the craft section. It's about 1 foot long. Yep, you can use an empty cardboard roll from the mesh. You can do that too. I find those to be too thick or too big for me. The curl is too big. I like them a little smaller, but yeah, those work great. And you can roll them by hand too, either way. All right, so I want to see more of the curls. So when all the mesh is on here, these are going to sit up like this, and you're going to see all the curls. Now, if you want to see more of the ruffle, turn them over. It's up to you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and keep going here. I'm moving this over, but if it gets out of frame, let me know and I'll bring it back. If we happen to lose the feed tonight, I will come back on. Just if you lose me, or if I lose you, I should say, just look for part 2, because, you know, since all this has been going on and everybody's been home, internet is not as reliable as it was before. And this is a navy and cream. The navy part is the jute, and the white is the poly mesh. And I got this at Craft Outlet probably last summer. It's stabbing me in my finger. So how's everybody doing? Everybody holding up okay with this quarantine? I'm going stir crazy. I asked Mom tonight. She hasn't been out of the house since the beginning of March. Not even to go to the store or anything. Hey, Susan. So I'm going to take her to... I got to ship out a box tomorrow, a wreath. And I take mine and drop them off at the drop-off. FedEx drop-off location. And so I'm going to send out a wreath. And I thought, well, I'll take her to lunch. And maybe we'll run through the car wash for some excitement. And then I have to go look for wreath frames, because my store over here by me does not have, the Dollar Tree does not have any wreath frames. I know I can order them, you know, a case of them, but I need them like now. Hey, Ann. I know, Josh, I am too, honey. It's driving me crazy. I've been trying to stay positive, and I know we're doing it because we have to, but I'm going crazy in this house. I need to get out. I need to do something other than go to the grocery store, because that's all I've done. Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me. If you wouldn't mind sharing this, I would really appreciate that. Let your friends know we're here. Maybe they want to come and watch. Maybe they need some entertainment. How many days have I been home? Oh, Lord have mercy. Since the beginning of March, I've been home every day except for one day out of the week. I go grocery shopping, and that's it. Now, I did go to the car wash one day. So I was out for a little while, but I felt like maybe I should drive through the car wash a couple of times because it was something to do, but I mean, I don't have any more wall space for wreaths, you guys, so I can only make so many more wreaths. I've got to get out. Thank you, Peggy. Oh, feel better, honey. I can actually see comments. I've just noticed they're not disappearing on me tonight. Now that I've said that, I probably jinxed it. Usually I have to keep touching the screen to keep them up there. But I'm seeing all your comments. Yeah, our car washes are not are open because they there's no contact or anything with anybody. It's a drive-through one, so you don't get out of your car and nobody has to see you. So ours are still open. Although, you know, when I went to the grocery store when did I go last? Today's Wednesday. It was last week sometime. I don't remember what day. But anyway, you would not have known there was a quarantine. There were so many people out. I was surprised. Yeah, I'm not doing the yard work stuff. I'm not a yard person. I'll leave that for somebody else. But I'll bet you are getting a lot done. I love this mesh. It is really pretty. It's a navy and cream, and it's a jute poly mesh. The navy is the jute, and the white is the poly mesh. These cuts are 36 inches. You could do them 30, you could even do them 24, 25, whatever. But I like a fuller ruffle. So I do 36, and it takes 2 rolls if you do the 36. If you did 30, it would only take 1.5. If you only had 1 roll, then you could do just 20-inch ruffles. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching tonight. I am too. I'm over it. Yeah, it's bad for people who do have, you know, issues like that, depression and things like that. I just need to see something other than, you know, the grocery store. Well, my husband still gets out because he's still, you know, he's working, thank God, but... Hey Trish. So we're doing a beach theme tonight for anyone who just joined. I'm doing the Woodland Ruffle. Hey Jonathan. My cuts are 36 inches. And I'm using my own frame, the Dollar Tree frame with 18 ties. That dowel is 3/4 of an inch, and it's 12 inches long. And they have them at, this one was at Walmart in the craft section. They have some little wooden dowels, all different sizes. So I'm putting together everything for my next kit. So if y'all didn't see, my first one I did was a lemon kit. And now I'm putting together a summer kit. So y'all want to see the sign? I already have the sign. I just have to order all the supplies. So here's the sign I'm going to be using. I'm waiting for the picture to come up so I can make sure there's no glare on it. There it is. There's a little delay. So it says grilling and chilling, and it's got the little grill utensils there. And it's got the red check plaid with the black dots. This is a Yep, 6 by 12. So that's going to be my next kit. So I'm starting to get all the supplies ordered for that. So I should have that ready to go pretty soon. Hey Linda, how's New York? So I thought that would be good for summertime, you know. Everybody likes to grill. Make a nice little wreath for your patio. Last piece in. If y'all haven't liked or followed my page, please do so. I would really appreciate that. You will be kept up to date whenever I go live and post things, of course. Also, I have an email list to send out alerts when I go live if you want to join that. It is the pinned post on the top of my business page, and you'll see an envelope. And there's a link there that you can click on, and it will ask for your email address. And you will get an email from me every Wednesday about 6:30 p.m. Eastern telling you I'm going live. All right, there we go. There is our mesh. So pretty. All right, now we're going to do our ribbons. I'm going to show you those. All right, I'm using a 1.5 inch blue Swiss dot. With that, we're going to put this white with the navy seashells, starfish, sand dollars. I know there's a glare and I apologize, but it's white, so it really glares. There is a navy and white stripe. That's a 1.5 inch. The other was a 2.5. And then we have a 2.5 inch navy with the big white dots. And then we're going to use this netting. It's a burlap netting. And that's going to go in every other tie. So I'm going to put that probably with the white. So we'll put those in. It is, isn't it? All right, let me move all these over. So we're going to start with the dots and stripes. My ribbons are cut at 14 inches. I like the little longer cuts, but you could do them at 12, 13, 14, any one. All right, so I'm going to scrunch them up in the middle. I'm going to give them a little lift so it looks like a bird, or the wings. And then I'm going to give it a little bit of a bend, and I'm going to put it in my tie. And I don't open my ties back up, I just continue going on. There's plenty of pipe cleaner there, you don't have to open it back up. I don't think I'm putting anything else in, so I could probably at this point go ahead and cut down my ties. But I will wait just in case. I know I'm not putting tubing in this because I don't have any that would match it. And then I like to pull my ties out like this. And then the next one, there are my sisters. Hey girls. Hi sissy. Always use wired. Yes ma'am. I don't know. I think I'm gonna put this on top. And this netting is really stiff. It's like they spray it with something. So it's really stiff, and you can cut it and it won't fray, which is what I did in the bow. If you look at my bow, this is the regular size, the 2.5, and then I cut it down so that it was a 1.5 to go in my bow because I wanted to put it in twice, but I didn't want to cover up my loops, so I just cut it down to a 1.5. So you can cut it down without any problem. It won't fray. As long as you cut in between, of course. Oh, they got me on TV again. I guess I'm going to be a movie star tonight. But yes, only wired ribbon. If you don't use wired ribbon, your ribbons are not going to sit nice. And you won't be able to do this. See how I can curl that? I can shape that any way I want. And I can make those ribbons go where I want. If you don't have wired ribbon, they're just going to lay flat and limp. And you don't want that. Nobody wants limp ribbon. Alright, so on this one, I'm going to fold them in half. And again, these are cut at 14 inches. Scrunch it up the center. Fluff those wings out. And then I'm going to take this one and put it right on top. So I'm just going to scrunch it up. And you got to break up that starch or whatever they have on it. And I'm going to lay it right on top. I could do that all in the tie, I guess. I don't need to do it by hand, but I know, the glamorous life of a movie star. I get to be on TV once a week at my sister's house. She's the TV star. She was the one interviewed by the news not too long ago. And this, because of its stiffness, you can shape as well. Not as much, but it will shape. Yeah, I think Bob's here. He was doing some work. He had to go to the office today, so. There we go. So I'm only putting this in every other one. Oh, I'm glad that you're able to relax and that you're here watching me. Thank you so much. All right, if I can keep track of where I'm going. The netting came from Craft Outlet as well. And it's called, what did they call it? They call it burlap netting, is what the thing said. Oh, you're not late. Welcome from Georgia. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. If y'all wouldn't mind giving this a share, let your friends know we're here. Maybe they'd like to come and spend a little time with us. And if y'all don't know, our design group, we have our design group, myself, Susan, and Carla. Carla is from the One Stop Boutique, and Susan from AC Inspired Wreaths, and myself. We all have a design group. It's $14.99 a month, and we teach all of our design tricks and tips. We meet twice a week, Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. We do all of our design classes on Zoom. So it's, you know, you're able to interact with us. You don't have to sit and type out your questions or anything like that. It's all done through video conferencing. So we see you, you see us, we get to talk, hang out, design. It's a lot of fun. Several of our members are on here right now. Esther, Pam. I saw Joy a minute ago. Ty. But we alternate, so every week or every class we rotate the designer. So like I said, there's 3 of us, so you get a different designer every class, and you learn from all 3 of us. So if you'd like to check that out, it is called Team of Dreams Design Group. Yes, and then we can put the sign on. Yes, they're 36-inch ruffles. Alberta, Canada, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. All right, one more. Vernon Center. Not familiar with that one. We lived up in North Country. I know when you're in New York, you have to get those regions correct, because nobody hates it more than when you live in upstate and you call it northern, or you live in northern and you call it upstate. We learned that. But we did. We lived up in the North Country, Watertown, for 8 years, up by the Canadian border. We were 30 miles from the Canadian border, right on Lake Ontario. I loved being on the lake, living near the lake. We weren't on the lake, but we lived near the lake. We were only 8 miles from the lake. All right, there's all of our ribbons. So we added in that netting. See how pretty that looks? So you can still see the mesh. Nothing's covered up. All right, so here's our sign. This is a metal sign. Welcome, New Jersey. Oh, thank you. I hate the sound of my own voice, but people do tell me that my voice is calming to them, which surprises me because it irritates me. All right, so this is a 6x10 sign, and she doesn't put the holes in them, so you have to have this little tool. It's called the Beadsmith. You can get it at the craft store or online at Amazon, and all it is a little metal hole punch. You buy them in the jewelry section. So let me get my little trash can here, and I'm going to punch a little hole in that, and it just puts a really tiny hole in. You're barely even going to notice it. Make sure I got all those little pieces of metal. So there's the holes. See if you can see that. You probably can't even see it from up there. Oneida County, yeah, we lived up in Jefferson County by Fort Durham. And then I'm going to use silver floral wire. This is 26 gauge floral wire. East of Syracuse? Yeah, we were just north of Syracuse. Yeah, I think anything from Syracuse up is what they consider North Country. I don't know. To me, it was all, you know. Of course, I'm not from there, so it doesn't bother me. Hey, Rita. How are you? Yeah, we went, well, I've been to Canada a couple of times, but the last time was when we went to Niagara Falls. Old Forge, New York. Well, welcome. Yeah, we lived up there for 8 years. And it would have been fine if it wasn't for the winters. I hated the winters. Couldn't take the snow anymore. We had our fill of it. And this sign did come from Personally Yours. Like I said, she has a website now instead of the Etsy store. So check that out. It's PLY wreathsigns.com. P as in Paul. Sorry, L as in Lee, and Y as in yours. Central Square. Yeah, I did love it up there in the spring and the summer, because we have a boat, so it was nice. We could take the boat out anytime we wanted. I mean, just about every weekend. Not that we went every weekend, but we could have. We have a party barge pontoon boat. And it hasn't been in the water since we left New York, because we don't have any lakes near us here. Everything that we have here is really small, and our boat is too big for it, so they won't let us take it on it. Yes, North Country. Must be 9 o'clock, Susan. All right. Clean off my sign here because it's picking up all that dust and glitter and fibers from my table. All right, we're going to put the sign off to the side here. And we'll put our bow over here on the side. There you go. Borrow Carla's parrot. Oh my gosh. So again, y'all, we have a design group. It's $14.99 a month. It's with Susan and Miss Carla and myself. It's called the Team of Dreams Design Group. If you're interested in that, let me know. Yeah, she moved from Etsy to her own site. And of course, I don't think that they will let her put her site on there. I'm not real sure about that, but yeah, when you go on there now, it says it's just temporarily closed, but yeah, she moved over there. And it's a beautiful site too. All right, there's the sign. So I don't need this. Well, yeah, I'll leave it out. I'll use it for the bow. So this side is a little tight, so I'm gonna untwist these just a couple of times. Loosen that up, because I don't want it smashing my mesh. I want everything, I want those curls to sit up pretty. I don't want my ribbons smashed. I want them to stick out from underneath the sign. There we go. Oops, went the wrong way. There. So you can see how it just bounces right back up. That's where it should be, right there. I can see you doing it too. Oh, I can't wait for you to come visit. All right, here's our bow. I don't trim the tails usually until I get it on here because I don't know how I want them. So again, this has floral wire on the back. I use an easy bow maker to help me make my bows. When you put your ribbon on, or your bow on, do the same thing. Don't go where a tie is. Go in between those ties where the mesh is, because that's going to help hold your ribbon up, or your bow up. Sorry, I keep saying ribbon. Same thing. Yes, she has a whole line of exclusive ones. I just placed an order with her today. But she's got a line of exclusive ones that are absolutely gorgeous, you guys. Go look at them. She teamed up with an artist, and oh my gosh, those signs are just gorgeous. All right, there's our bow. So you set it on top of there, and it'll sit up nice and pretty. And that's what you want. You don't want a bow that's sunk into your wreath. Nobody wants that. Well, I've got my ribbon or my wire wrapped around my needle, so there we go. All right, so see how it sits up there? So when you pull it down, you can pull down, but not too tight. See how that sinks in the middle if you pull too tight? Don't want it to sink that far down. So just give it a nice little tug to make sure it's down and not loose, because nothing worse than when you go to pick this wreath up and it flaps over. Flops forward. We don't want that. Thank you, Denise. Welcome, Texas. All right, so give it a tug. Make sure those ribbons are up there, because if they're folded under, then it's going to keep your bow from sitting nice. This stuff just sticks to everything. There we go. All right, let me make sure it's where I want it. Give it a couple twists. Hold it in place. There we go. All right, now we can cut these tails, fluff our ribbon, get our loops standing up. So I don't cut them so that they're all the same. I just cut them. You know, some are going to be longer, some are going to be shorter than others. Doesn't matter. Nobody's going to sit and measure them. So when you're cutting your ribbon, you want to fold it in half. And depending on which direction you want to do it, I do it from the outside edge to the inside fold at an angle going up. And that puts a little dovetail in there. See that V? You want that V. And don't do it too deep of a V, because then it curls at the end. So just give them all a little trim. Varying lengths. I'm not going to cut the netting because that doesn't need a dovetail. See, some of these in the back are a little shorter than the front, which is fine. Thank you. If y'all wouldn't mind sharing this for me one more time, I'd really appreciate that. So anyone that sees it afterwards can watch the replay. And it will be posted on my YouTube channel as well on Friday, but it's here on Facebook for you to see. And if you want to join my mail email list to get notified when I go live, if you go to my homepage, the very first pin post has an email letter. There's a link there that you can click on and put in your email address, and it'll send you an alert every week when I go live. You'll get it about an hour or two before I go live. It's just a reminder. And sometimes I like to take the 1.5 inch ribbons, take this dowel, wrap it around here at an angle, and curl it. And it just gives it a little different look. But I only do it with the 1.5. I don't do it with the 2. You can also roll them up to give them a curl. These don't stay rolled because they're not wired, but it'll give them a little bend. And then you can put something in the center, either a piece of, well, thank you, Esther, a piece of the cut up ribbon to cover up the spot where we put our tie. Or you could put one of these. So I've got some Starfish here. These come in a pack of 3. I got these from Carolina Pottery, I think. Let me pick up some of this mess here. Thank you guys, I appreciate that. All right, so these came 3 in a pack, and they're just with some raffia tied up. I'm going to take that off of there because I mean, it'd be nice to put them all 3 on there together, but I don't think you'd see them that well. So let's see what they look like apart. We can always put them back together if we need to. Make sure they're not broken. And these feel like they're, oh, they feel like they break. They're probably resin. And then we have these little rattan balls that you could put on there if you want. You could use regular seashells. You could use sand dollars. You can get any of those at the craft store. And then the dollar store has these little tiny ones. They're the rattan balls. So I was wondering if that would look okay in the center of the bow, covering that up. I don't know. We'll have to see. Thank you. All right, so the way I do these, let me get my little twine over here, is I use the floral wire because that way I can attach it to my wreath. So I just cut off a piece, get a length of it, cut it off, and then I'm going to wrap it around the starfish. So you're going to have to wrap it that way and then go this way so that it's like a crisscross. There we go. So it ends up like this. And then I'm going to twist it in the back. That keeps it nice and tight. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to use it to cover up, which way did I go? Gotta remember which way I went. I want to cover up these. No, I didn't go the right way. But I want to cover up that wire. So I'm just giving you the idea of what I do. I'll go this way. I'm going to go this way. And then we're going to go across. So it gives it that rustic look, or that finished look. And you cover up that wire so you don't see the wire on there. And then just hit that with a dab of glue and that'll hold it in place. And then your wire you can take and put through your wreath to put your starfish on. So let me cut this one off because... Night, babe. Nobody's going to bed. Alright, so I'm going to hit this with a spot of glue. Do not burn your fingers. Put that on there. Pull the other side over it. And then we're going to use our needle to push down on there to make sure both pieces get it. And that glue will come off of this needle really easy. Just hold it there for a second. And then you can trim off any excess. And that'll all be hidden so nobody sees that. Oh, it's time for sharper scissors. So see? All right, so this is the larger one. So we'll put it right here. And I'm not going to put it all the way on because I still have to go back and cut my pipe cleaners down. Hey, Bev. Oops, I guess take the glue off the end of your needle first. It is very pretty. Thank you. No, this is a navy blue. Oh, you said it's nice to see a beach wreath that's not aqua. Yeah. Every one that I see is. So I try to do something a little different. Doesn't always work, but all right. Doggone it. There it goes. Okay. So just give this a quick little tie around the frame to hold it in place, and I'll go back and make sure everything's tightened down. So I'm going to put one there. I'm going to put this one over here. And then I'll put this one probably off to the side. So I'm just showing you. Y'all don't have to sit here and watch me do it. You saw me do one, so I won't keep y'all. And then if you wanted to, you could take these and put them in. Totally up to you. It just depends on how they look. I don't know. I'd have to see them once I put them in. Let's see. Nope, I don't like it there. Maybe down here. I don't know. I'd have to hang it up and see what it looks like. I can't really tell from here. And so if you're going to use these balls, they have these holes in them. So you can slip wire through them and put them down through the bottom. Nobody would see the wires. You could do the same with this one here in the center of the bow. You can either just glue it, hot glue it, because these are more tightly wound. You could just glue it down here, or if you wanted to make sure it was more secure, take a piece of wire, run it through there, and then tie it to the back of the bow. Either one. All right, so that's it. So thank you so much for joining me. Again, check out our free community page. It's called Fab Fine Community. You can post your lives and your Facebook pages on there. There's a post for you to list your Facebook page, your Etsy store, and your YouTube channel. But check out Fab Fine Community. Give it a like and join that. And like I said, you can post your lives when you go live. You can post pictures of your wreaths. If you don't do lives, you can post, you know, pictures of your stuff there for everyone to look at. You can follow me on Instagram and YouTube, Wreath Decor by Dawn. We also have our design group. It's $14.99 a month. You get 3 designers. You get myself. You get Susan from AC Inspired Wreaths and Carla Young from the One Stop Boutique. We take turns. We rotate each class. We do 2 classes a week, Monday and Friday, 8 p.m. And we do all of our classes on Zoom. So it's you guys can interact with us. We can interact with you. It's kind of more fun and personable that way. So check us out, please. And check out my YouTube channel. It's got some other videos. Every video that I've ever made is on YouTube right now. And I also have some tutorials on putting my wreath frame together and on boxing up wreaths. Okay? No, I do not have room in my house for all of my wreaths. I am running out of wall space as we speak because of this lockdown. I have nowhere to put them all. We do have a lot of fun. And I put the links in the comments for those and for the mesh that I used tonight. But if y'all have any other questions, just leave them in the comments. I'll go back through and I read all the comments and I re-answer all of your questions, even if I've already answered it. 1, because I can't remember if I answered it, and 2, because I want to make sure you get the answers you're looking for. So I appreciate you all being here tonight. Stay safe. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Have a great night and enjoy your weekend. Bye.